Hello. So I think this could be a big offseason for the Toronto Raptors, and I think there's a lot of different possibilities we can go in the trade department. So I have about 8 trades here for you that I want to draw up, discuss, see if we think it's a good idea, bad idea, if it's likely, unlikely. This first trade I'm drawing up is the one we're all talking about. It's Kawhi Leonard returning to Toronto. And I definitely think we have the assets to get it done. I don't think it will cost much more than this. Kawhi Leonard is on and expiring. He's, 34 years old. The Los Angeles Clippers don't own a lot of their picks going forward. I think they want to compete next year. With Brandon Ingram, they have an all-star caliber player locked up for a year longer than what Kawhi's locked up for. They got to take a swing on Grady Dick. Maybe he can develop into something, and they'll get one of our first-round draft picks in this coming draft. I think this return is something the Clippers would say yes to. I don't think Kawhi is going to cost a lot to acquire, and I think this is assets that the Raptors would be willing to part with in order to get Kawhi. So that's deal one. Let's see. Okay, so this second deal, I kind of have it connected with the Kawhi deal. I think we can get both of these deals done. And it's another player that Raptors fans really want to see in Toronto. It's Ja Morant. And I think Ja Morant is a really polarizing player, especially on the Raptors. Like, we need shooting on our team. He doesn't shoot. He has a lot of off the court drama. There's a lot of issues right now. His trade value is so down right now that the Memphis Grizzlies are expected to attach a pick with Ja Morant rather than them getting a haul in return for him. And for that reason, I think it's kind of intriguing to trade for him. I think if we have Scotty Barnes and Kawhi Leonard, adding Ja Morant to that, I think he could help out. And if the fit's not perfect, I think we could get back a little bit, get his trade value back up, and maybe flip him again at the next trade deadline. So this is the deal I would do for Ja Morant if we're also acquiring Kawhi Leonard. I don't think I want Ja Morant if we don't go get Kawhi Leonard, but I think both of these deals are definitely possible. We unload 2 bad contracts, and Memphis gets to get off Ja Morant. They're done with Ja Morant. That's what they want, and they also get a future first. If I'm Memphis, I don't think I do this deal. I'd rather hold on to Ja Morant, but it seems like they're pretty desperate to get rid of him. This is one of the few deals out there that might actually get them a first-round pick back. Taking on Jakob contract would be a tough pill to swallow, but I definitely think it's possible. I think it's something they could do, and I would be intrigued. I'd be open-minded to it for sure, even with the uncomfortable fit. All right, this next trade I drew up, it's a 3-team trade, actually. Let's see. Need this team. Where are they? Need the Chicago Bulls. Okay, this is the trade bringing Trey Murphy to Toronto. I think it's a little bit difficult to get Trey Murphy to Toronto without giving up super valuable assets that we'd also want on our team. So that's why I'm getting rid of bad contracts, and we're just unloading a lot of picks. The Pelicans want picks for him. I think Chicago's willing to take on bad contracts. So let's see. I'd have the Pelicans. I'll give them 2 first-round picks. Then let's see. I have to give Chicago a first-round pick for taking on Jakob contract. And I think we're also available to trade our 2033 pick. I don't think it's on Fanspo, but I do think we have access to trade that. I think so at least, but just for filler, I'm going to add 2 seconds going to the Pelicans. And it does say failed up here, but notice like it's successful for the Raptors side of things and the Pelicans side of things. I'm 99% sure this is a legal trade, and Chicago can do this. They can absorb Jakob contract. And I think they'd be willing to do it. They get another big man next to, what's his name, Nick Claxton. He could be something for them, and they get a first-round pick while taking on a bad contract. Raptors obviously get Trey Murphy. We get a great shooter next to Scotty Barnes. And then the Pelicans, they're taking a swing on Grady Dick. 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. If 2023 is available to be traded, the first-round pick, I would attach that and send that to the Pelicans as well. The Trey Murphy asking price is 3 first-round picks, and if these are the players I'm sending out, I would love to get Trey Murphy for this price. I think he's a really, really great player. There's been rumors about Miles Turner coming to Toronto for years and years and years. So for tradition's sake, let's drop another one. I'm getting Jakob man. Jakob and Grady Dick. These are the 2 players I'm sending out every time. And let's see. The second round picks, man. The Miles Turner contract isn't great in itself. It's a better contract than the Jakob one. But the Bucks also got to take a swing on Grady Dick, a young player who could develop into a shooter in this league. I'm not willing to give anything else more for Miles Turner. I don't think this is super realistic. Probably on the lower end of things, on the realism side. But hey, like, I'm not the biggest Miles Turner fan, but if he was available for this price, I would definitely be open-minded to it. I'd be happy to do it. And yeah, that's the Miles Turner trade. Let's drop this next one. Let's see. For this trade, we're going to revisit the RJ Barrett for Domantas Sabonis. So the interesting thing about this is I think RJ's trade value has actually gone up since the trade deadline, and he's actually like a player teams want now. Like teams would love to have, where is he, RJ Barrett on their team now. And the Kings always wanted him, but more teams want him now, so it might be a little bit of a bidding war for him if the Kings really want to pair him up with Darius Cuff. So I'm going to send them RJ Barrett and Grady Dick in exchange for Domantas Sabonis. And I'm actually going to have the Kings send us back a pick. Yeah, let's do this. And then this has the Raptors receiving Domantas Sabonis, a future second-round pick. The reason why the Raptors are receiving draft compensation is because RJ isn't expiring. And Domantas has 2 years left on his deal. A terrible contract. I don't think they want Domantas on this Kings roster. I think they're ready to move forward with Darius Cuff, let the future come, get rid of DeMar, get rid of Zach LaVine, get rid of Domantas Sabonis. And this is a team that's a really big fan of RJ Barrett, and I'd be willing to take a swing on Domantas Sabonis. I think Colin Murray boils. I think Scotty Barnes can help him defensively, and I think his ability to be an offensive hub, pass the ball, be a big man down in the paint for us. I really like Domantas Sabonis. I like him a lot more than most people do, and I would love to see him in a Raptors uniform. Now, this is not a name I've seen mentioned for the Toronto Raptors, like, ever. But you know what? I definitely think this player is in play for us. I think he's available, and I'm going to spend a big price on him, but I think he's worth it. we're going to go get Lauri Markkanen. The reason why I think he's available is they just traded Jaren Jackson Jr. They spent 3 picks to get him, so they want to be good. But I think having 3 7-footers, even if 2 of them can shoot, isn't the greatest thing in the world. I think Brandon Ingram might be a bit of a better fit for that team trying to win than Lauri Markkanen is. And I'm willing to give you draft picks. So yeah, the asking price right now for Trey Murphy is 3 first-round picks. Let's attach those picks to Brandon Ingram to try to get Lauri Markkanen. I think Lauri Markkanen is a much better basketball player than Brandon Ingram, but I feel like the dynasty for the Jazz starts after Markkanen. It starts after Triple J. It's Darren Peterson's team and Keontae George. And I think having 3 first-round picks while also being able to compete next year with Brandon Ingram, this is something the Utah Jazz definitely have to consider. And out of every trade I'm going to talk about today, this is the one I want the most. I love Lauri Markkanen. I could see him, spacing the floor for us while we have Colin Murray-Boyles, Scotty Barnes protecting the paint. Perfect fit. Lauri Markkanen is the perfect fit for what the Toronto Raptors are trying to do. Okay, this next trade here, I'm trading for one of my personal favorite players. We're going to trade Emmanuel Quickley for Jaylen Suggs. And we have to attach Jamal Cain for whatever reason to make the money work. There's about $100,000 difference in their contract. I think the trade is legal with just 1-for-1. But for whatever reason, Fanspo tells me no when I just tried to trade them 1-for-1. And I don't have much to say about this. This is a 1-for-1 trade. The Orlando Magic, they're getting somebody who is a bit better of a creator with the ball, better shot creator, better shot maker. And the Raptors, we get an elite perimeter defender. There's concerns with Jaylen Suggs and his health, his injury concerns, and I'd be willing to take a swing on that. I think him next to Scotty Barnes would be one of the most elite defensive duos in the whole NBA. And just as a fan of basketball and aesthetically pleasing basketball, Jaylen Suggs, Scotty Barnes defensively, come on, man. I would love to see Jaylen Suggs in Toronto. I think the Magic are willing to move him. So I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there, bring Jaylen Suggs to Toronto. I would love it if this deal went through. Right on. For my last trade, we're going to get involved with the Bucks and the Heat. Alright, we're going to help the Heat get Giannis. Where's the Heat? Am I stupid? Yes, I am. Here they are. Okay. So we're going to bring Tyler Herro to Toronto. So it's this original trade package again. We have to do the same exact. Tyler Herro gets him. Sorry, the Raptors get Tyler Herro. Then the 3 players, they're going to the Bucks. What picks are they sending out? They're sending out 2026. They're sending a 2030 swap out. Sending out 2031. They're also sending out 2033, but it is not here. So we're just going to imagine it's there. The Heat, they get Giannis. They get Bobby Portis. We're going to send out O'Reliable, Grady Dick, and Jakob Poeltl to the Milwaukee Bucks. And we're going to give them 2 future first-round picks. what did I do here? We are not getting a first round pick. That let me fix that really quick. I don't want to confuse anybody. So this is the trade, bringing Tyler Herro to Toronto. We're going to get off of Jakopolo's contract and give the Bucks Grady Dick, a young player that could maybe develop into something for them. The Heat are still getting Giannis and Bobby Portis. Then, so we have to imagine the 2033 pick from the Miami Heat is here. So for Tyler Herro, they turn him into an additional 2 future first-round picks, and the Raptors get a great score. I would love Tyler Herro in Toronto. He would help out our team defensively a ton, and I definitely think he's gettable. I think the Toronto Raptors, they're definitely, a trade is coming. They might have made a trade before this video even gets uploaded. They might make a trade tomorrow. They might make it in the coming weeks, but changes are coming, and these are just some of my predictions, some of my wishes, some of my hopes, that what I want the Raptors to do. If you watched all the way through to the end of this video, thank you very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.